Well, it looks like there's some interesting political developments going on, and yeah, I think it's a little more earth-shattering than the usual ho-hum drama stuff that goes on because, well, it looks like Obama might be getting sued by the Republicans because he's not enforcing the law. He's doing things by executive order and all this other stuff. You know, that's how we're supposed to have the government. Like, he enforces the law, and our elected representatives make the laws, and he's doing stuff by executive order, which is, you know, making a law. He's not allowed to do that, right? That's not the way the thing's set up to make sure people don't grab too much power, right? Now, I think a lot of these political developments are actually, well, you know what I'm seeing here? I think Obama, well, I know he's definitely on the way out because it's his second term, and I know, like, you know, alternative media like says, oh, he's going for a third term, he's going to grab power with martial law. I don't think so. But I'm looking like, it looks like, you know, the Democrats, well, it's probably going to switch over, you know. It's like we go lockstep, you know. It's like Democrats, Republicans, Democrats, Republicans. They're all both moving towards more power, you know. They blame each other and stuff. Now, what does this have to do with silver? Actually, plenty, because I'm thinking that, you know, when you actually, a lot of times, even when you have political tensions, it could actually affect the markets too. And there may be another deal this year. Remember last year where it looked, well, they did shut down the government more or less, but it's probably going to happen again this year. But if it happens a little more severe, you know, it's tough to say because it depends on how they do that. Because, you know, if say it's the Tea Party Republicans, it can all backfire on them too. You know, they can lose a lot of political support. But it's coming up to crisis situation where, you know, they're always having to just iron out this budget deal at the last minute. And it's like the government debt keeps going up. I know it's been going up. It's going up every year. Everybody's getting sick of the same old game and nothing blew up yet. But it's getting up to critical mass now. You know, China's not buying our debt. And they're scaling back on QE. I don't understand how interest rates aren't rising already. You know, I don't really get it. But they got some other shenanigans that are going on probably that we can't see because they got all the best high-speed computers to play the games with the markets left and right. I really don't know. Even if they are backing off QE the way they say, you never know what they're doing, you know? They could have maybe these fictitious buyers out there for the government bonds, and they're saying it's the Federal Reserve, but it's somebody else. I mean, that's, you know, if I was them and I was playing this game, that's what I'd be doing. I could say, yeah, I'm backing off QE, but we got fictitious buyers out there buying these things up from other countries, and it's not really the Federal Reserve, and but maybe somehow it is. You know, it's in with the, you know, the inside cartel, right? I mean, I can't prove that, but it does make a lot of sense, right? Now, it looks like Hillary Clinton's bid for presidency, like I know she says she's not running, but, well, I put this thing out about her health issues. She has the problem, alleged problem, where, you know, they wrote a book and it like it's out where she has fainting spells and she could possibly have blood clots between her brain and her skull and all this type of stuff. And, you know, it's not good if she flies a lot because maybe that can cause a blood clot and she can have a stroke. But there's something else coming up. They just put this on the mainstream news. University of Las Vegas. She had a speaking engagement over there, and the student body found out how much it cost the university for her to speak there. She charged a fee of $225,000 to speak at the University of Las Vegas, and the students are actually politely asking her to return the money. And, you know, what's interesting is that's a mainstream media news story. I think a lot of people are getting fed up with all of them. You know, the Obamas, the Clintons, and I know they're already fed up with the Republican side. Hey, you know, when I look at it, it's time for change. You throw them all out, and you don't even bother with Ron Paul. You know, that guy, I think he's another, or Rand Paul, or his family, and yeah, I'm getting sick of all these career politicians. The hell with them all, man. But as tensions move up, you gold should move up. And I'm going to state this. I think the elite had it down where the elite, yeah, man, the elite. I don't need to talk to anybody in the elite to freaking see what's going on. They did have it down, I think, where they wanted to have Putin move into the Ukraine and there'd be a big fighting war between the Russians and Ukraine. And while that was going on, they were going to move against, Israel and the U.S. was going to move against Syria and probably, I guess, Iran if they knocked out Syria. But what I think is going on is, even though I recognize Putin as part of the New World Order, the guy's not stupid. I know he's smart. He's not stupid. I mean, I realize the guy is a shrewd, intelligent person. I'm not saying he's my hero, that he's going to save me or something like that. I recognize that Vladimir Putin is a shrewd, intelligent person. But at the same time, I also recognize there's a bunch of idiots following this guy around like he's going to save them and he's against the New World Order. He's not. But I think Vladimir Putin was very smart to recognize that the West was setting him up in a trap, and he's not going to fall for it. He's going to play like shrewd chess games, moving little pawns here and there. And if he can get to Ukraine without any kind of problem or major military confrontation, he will try to get it. But he's not going to go, overstep that bounds, because the Western elite were trying to trick him into doing this, I think. And he didn't bite. The guy's not stupid. But the deal over right now, see, if that happened, we would have already been probably striking Syria. And I know Israel already struck airstrikes on Syria because Syria did attacks on its citizens and stuff. And but there's other games going on. I think this whole ISIS deal is actually backed up by the West somehow, even though they're supposed to be the most radical Muslims going. I think they got a lot of games going on in the West. I think first off, they're trying to create as much hate and tension as possible over in the Middle East, and eventually that's going to drive the price of oil way the hell up. And so, they already got the oil production going in this country for so many years. They'll be able to charge a hell of a lot of money for it, break the middle class and all that wonderful stuff. Now, the other thing is, ISIS also is causing problems for Assad in Syria. So indirectly, it looks like it's causing problems for the U.S. in Iraq, but you really think about it, the elite don't really care if Iraq goes under, I don't think, because that just means they're going to get a lot more money for their oil. The biggest oil companies in Iraq are actually not the Americans, it's the Chinese, right? You remember that? People used to say, gee, we fought this war, and I'm dropping some serious dimes here, but I'm not even it's not even inside information. It's just that over all the years I read all this stuff, I can see the game they're playing. I was an accountant, but I was like the chess player in a deal. And when I do the accounting, the big difference is like looking at the areas of profitability and what to concentrate on, in which ways to move. Like business is like lightning. You go for the path of least resistance. And, when you do accounting, you don't want to do a lot of data mining to see where your real profitability is, It's not but the whole dang thing is shrewdness in making new deals. But I can see the deal these guys are doing is, when we had the war with Iraq, and, people were saying, well, how come, we didn't get in there with all our oil companies? The main benefactors was China. So that's supporting a lot of their stuff, right? So if Iraq goes under, guess who loses out? Mainly China. Guess who wins? Because the price of oil goes up a lot on the global market. The elite over here in the West, right? Because they're set up with domestic production. We're pretty much all set up. I mean, between Canada, U.S., and Mexico, plenty of oil over here, man. It's just going to cost the Americans a lot more money. And of course, it could be Obama's fault and everything or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know what their long-range plans are. It's probably that They probably got long-range plans. They probably got plans for major conflagrations, maybe several years down the road. Probably when the Republicans are in, maybe 2018, 2019. And then, if there's something like that, I'm expecting that. I've said it before, I think silver's going to start taking off like, late summers or into, like early, basically it's late summer, early September. It's going to start taking off. And we're going to have a repeat of 2010, 2011, and 2014, 2015. And it can come down really fast, too. And I think in September of 2015 is going to be the middle of the next financial crisis. You're not going to see these Dow markets going up, keep going up. They're already right about the second longest, equal with the second longest bull run we ever had in the last 100 years of financial history. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So, anyway, and then actually when the policies change again and they go super QE again, I just think there'll probably be a Republican in power. And I think Hillary's not going to, maybe she'll run, but I don't know if she's going to win. And, right now it looks like she's the only one that could possibly be running for the Democrats. And there's a lot of, it's not just Benghazi, but it's other stuff. They don't want to pull out this Benghazi story too much on Hillary, the major media. They want to pull out stuff like, the $225,000 speaking fee and her health problems and be safe, because they don't want to involve all this other garbage and people to think too hard. They just want to have some stories that knock her out of the loop. But, it'll probably be a good race, and she'll probably get really close and all this garbage. And I don't know who the hell is going to be on the Republican ticket, but it might be another Bush. I ain't voting for neither one of them. But I'm in a less than 1%. But let me say this, I think silver's going to jump up a lot here in, it's not even July yet. So I'm talking like the end of the summer, like into September, it's going to start moving up. It's going to move up hard. And then it'll probably go up to where people say it's too high. Maybe it'll go even higher. Because once things take off, they go even more. And if they do have a threat of fiscal instability in the government, remember what happened in August 2011. Like talking about fiscal instability in the government, say around when they're doing the new budgets for September of 2014 for fiscal year 2015. What happened back in August of 2011? That's why gold went up, because they downgraded the debt. If they can't get their garbage together, Moody's might downgrade the debt. Right now they're telling you everything's, the outlook is fine and all this garbage. They could change that. That'll bring the price of gold way the hell up, and that'll help bring the price of oil, silver up. And at the same time, if you got some problems going on with ISIS and they're taking over, like they're surrounding Baghdad, I think Baghdad's going to fall this year, man. Obama's not going to do nothing. He ain't going to do nothing. He's supposed to, but he ain't gonna. You see, that's what I'm saying. They're setting them up already for Republicans to take over now. I'm like, screw both of them. But, I don't know. The conservatives will be happy. Like I said, I'm neither a conservative or a liberal. I don't think neither one of those people think much. I think they're both brain dead, man. Tell you the truth. I think both conservatives and liberals are both brain dead. They're narrow-minded. They see one side of the picture. I try to look at overall what's going on. Like, if this actual middle of the next financial crisis is September 2015, they're going to QE the hell out of everything. We'll probably have, and it might lead to major military conflagrations in 2018, 2019, and then you might see the price of silver way the hell over 100. It depends on how crazy everything gets. It could be hundreds of dollars an ounce. You don't know. So it's like the big bucks, you're going to need it for protection. And, what the elite got planned, I think, for the future is, control the people through government health care. Like one I said was, they could do a lot of crap with just giving you a pill to control your mind. It sounds crazy, but they could do it, man. And the other thing is, with they're not going to have the oil anymore because they're going to go to like the electric cars and solar power and alternative fuel. But they're going to get you by the cojones by controlling the water. They're going to be charging the hell out of you for water. They're already playing that game. So you can stop them though. But the problem is, most people are lethargic. That's why they don't get stopped, man. They don't get stopped. And even the people that, see, if somebody sticks their neck out and they stop it, everybody sits back there like, oh, okay. That's what happens. That's what happens. You know? You have one person jumps on a grenade and everybody stands around like they don't give a shit. They don't. That's the problem. So, you know, you got a lethargic, well, people are partly lethargic because they're brainwashed too, you know. But it doesn't take much to think that both the Democrats and Republicans are screwed up. And, you know, even if you didn't want to think too hard about the political process, it would be pretty cool to just throw everybody the hell out of office. Just throw them all out, man. I mean, anarchy, you know. You're all out. To hell with it. I mean, that'd be freaking wild. I would love that shit. I'd be like, see ya. I mean, I don't even give a damn if the people were good or bad. Just throw them all out. If they've been in there a long time, time for change, man. You're all out. Make sure we just stick with the structure of government as was envisioned by the founding fathers of limited government, checks and balances, especially limited government. And they make sure they stick with the Bill of Rights all the way. Because the Bill of Rights is the most important document we got to protect our freedoms. But, you know, they're ignoring that too. Obama ignores that, but the Republican, Dick Cheney ignores it. I mean, I'm not playing political aisle here. They all ignore it, man. So anyway, you know, you're not seeing much going on with silver. Yeah, it's creeping up over $20-something. You know, I don't like talking about cheering it on too much. You know why? Because it's a freaking jinx. If you noticed, every time all the silver people come out and go, yeah, silver's going up, they jinx it. So let's just be cool about it. It will go up, though. It will go up. Silver always throws everybody off for a loop, but I kind of smell the pattern. Like I'm going to say it again, 2014, 2015, into early 2015. It's probably going to be a pattern like 2010, 2011. Thing goes in cycles. Look all the way back to 2005, 2008, 2011, maybe 2014, 2015. You know, I was kind of expecting to jump up a little bit already, but you know, we had a big jump up last time, so we maybe have a little bit of longer correction period. And the next one might be like 2018, 2019, and that's where you're going to see the major bucks. Anyway, over and out, and looks like there's going to be some major changes in the White House, I guess, you know, pretty soon. And a lot of garbage going on. And let me tell you this, the elite don't all think the same. They're all power-hungry jerks. They want everything for themselves. But there's a lot of infighting, so they ain't all on the same page.